Right now. Hey everybody, I'm back. This is Mario's Filipino channel again, and today or tonight I'm basically interviewing one of my old friends. I haven't seen her in ages, and it's a pleasure to have Hernandez here over here in Camotes Island, and we're just enjoying. And I asked for her to be interviewed, and she said yes. And here we go. Are you ready, Batch?
Ready?
Okay. My first question is basically how old you are.
I will be turning 62 this October 4.
Okay. And where were you born?
I was born in Naga City, that's in Camarines Sur, Bicol, Southern Luzon.
Wow. All this time I thought you were born in Cebu. So were your parents from Naga City then in the Bicol
My
region?
father was born in Naga City in the area of Libmanan, and my mom was born in Makati. But we were transferred to Cebu because of the work of my grandfather, as he was a detail man of Roche, Philippines.
What?
Roche, Philippines.
Oh, okay.
It's a drug company.
Oh, okay. Okay. So at an early age you moved to Cebu then. Is that
We
what
moved
you're
to Cebu.
saying? Okay. How old were you when you moved to Cebu?
I was then about 3 years old.
Oh, okay. And then when you were in Cebu, you went through grade school in Cebu?
I went to school in Colegio de la Inmaculada Concepcion in Gorordo Avenue for my elementary days, and then in high school. And then for college, same, I went to Inmaculada also. And then I finished in University of San Jose Recoletos, Bachelor's in Science of Hotel and Restaurant Management.
Okay, and what did you go to school? What did you finish? What degree did you get?
I got the BSHRM,
Okay.
Bachelor's in Science of Hotel and Restaurant Management, 1983 March. We were the pilot class
Oh, for San Jose?
for San Jose. That was the first time that they put up that course, and we were the first fresh batch graduates.
Okay. So after graduation, what did you do?
I went to work right away because I knew that was going to be my stepping stone to how I can build my character, because I wanted to do something that will really develop my skills. At
Okay.
the same time, I wanted to be very independent. So there you go.
Okay.
I stayed in a boarding house owned by the family of the Binamiras that was across Inmaculada in Gorordo. And then I started from then, and then I took my license as a tour guide in 1985 in the Department of Tourism. I had a rigid 2 weeks training to become a tour guide, to be accredited a tour guide. So what do you learn in the 2 weeks when you take that seminar? You go back to Philippine history, you go back to Philippine culture, you study that again because we were having classes, we had exams, we had mock tours, and the ones that were interviewing us was from Manila, the Department of Tourism in Manila. That time it was Ministry of Tourism under Jose Aspiras in 1985. Till this day, I'm an accredited tour guide by the Department of Tourism. So, how about since the age of 22, 32, 42, 52, 62? How many?
Is that what, when you were younger, is that what you were, you really had a goal or a vision to become a tour guide, or it just came about because you were...
It came about in the sense because Cebu was booming.
Okay.
Although I could have wanted to take the course one, I wanted to be an interior designer of houses, of fine arts. My mom said Mascom was better, okay? Because that was the course then in the 80s, you know. You take up Mascom, major in broadcasting and advertising. And then all of a sudden HRM came in the picture. So my mom says, take that course. You know, my mom, Dr. Rosita Hernandez, is a doctor of education. So there you go. So she gave me ideas. So I said, and then she goes, HRM is fit for you. So I go, okay, I'll try it, mom. So I did. I passed it very well.
Okay. So no regrets? I mean,
No, I loved it because, you know, Philippines, if you allow me, June,
yeah. Right.
it's a country full of different cultures. Okay, there you go. When they tell you, oh, you're from the Philippines, yes, so Philippines, where? Manila. When you trace back history, the first settlers here that were coming in as traders were the Chinese and the Indians before Magellan came in 1521. So Philippines is a mixed culture. Even our food is mixed. There's Chinese, there's Malay, you name it, diba? What is really our Filipino food? Andres Bonifacio's favorite was tinolang manok. She only said chicken everywhere. But tinola, why? Then they put the papaya, they put the malunggay. If you really come to think of it, where does all this recipe come from? Especially when the Espanol came here and they stayed with us for 400 years, 4 centuries.
Yes.
We were under Spanish. So, it's a mixture. So, why I like the course is because it's very interesting. How many dialects do you have in the Philippines? 26 dialects coming from all the way up. You're going all the way up to Basco. You talk about Batanes. They have a different dialect to Baguio, to Ilocos, to name it, all the way down to Sarangani.
Yes.
Down to Coronadal City, South Cotabato.
Every island seems to have their own.
Every island. But we're all Filipinos.
Yes.
See? Different culture too.
Okay.
Like Manila, they always have po and ho. In Cebuano, we don't use po and ho. We just talk direct. Difference.
Yes. Yes.
So that's why I like that course, because it's very, there's no stop learning. Don't stop learning. The different islands and different features you can see. You say that it's all mountain, it's all sea, yes, and that's what makes it interesting. It's a beautiful country. It's an archipelago, separated 7,100. It depends, high tide or low tide. How many islands does it have? 7,100. Pag high tide. Pag low tide, dumadami yung island, di ba? Kasi low tide.
Yeah.
Ganun lang yun. So that interests me. I only have one country, which is the Philippines. Kaya mahal ko ang Pilipinas.
Exactly. I'm glad you mentioned that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, as a tour guide, do you feel, you have achievements that you think help yourself, help Filipinos, and kind of explain to the tourists about the Philippines and things
All
like
right. Here we go.
Okay.
Every tourist, the interest is to the visit is always to see historical places, okay? How did it come upon that there was this Magellan's Cross? How did it come upon there was this Fort Santiago in Manila? How did it become that there's this, all of a sudden, you talk about different forts, where the Spanish built their own, they call it their quadra, or where they can keep their own ammunitions, or their own swords of all sort. Anyway, for 400 years, they kept on building fort. The reason why I like this is because as a tour guide, the only really main ingredient that will make your tourist smile and come back and enjoy their tour is when you give the exact excellent service.
Okay.
How do you give the excellent service? One, example, you see a banana queue vendor. They're just frying bananas. So simple. When a tourist will go and say, what are you cooking? They just say banana. But if you say, oh, this is banana to be fried, because there are different types of banana, 16 types of bananas. How do you know 16? You go all the way to Mindanao. You study how many kinds of banana they have. They have the red, they have the lakatan, they have the tundan, they have the saba. Dami, ha? And there's the one that's good for frying, there's the one good for boiling, there's the one, the table banana you eat, there's Cavendish, name it, see. When the vendor will explain, or these are the type that you can really cook good for frying bananas, compared to just saying, this is fried banana. You see? So there's the service is there, and then they put the sugar, they wrap it so well and give it to you. You smile, right? Oh, so that's a banana.
Yes.
So simple. The service is very important. The greeting of the guests is say, mabuhay. Good morning. Welcome to the Philippines. What does mabuhay mean to say? It's a generic greeting for saying, kumusta? How are you?
Like aloha.
It's aloha.
Yeah.
See? It's a nice smile.
Yes.
And that's why they like coming to the Philippines, because Filipinos are happy people. They smile. They smile.
And most of the tourists usually they always say Filipino hospitality is like one of the things that they love about the Philippines.
Exactly, because the Filipinos are fun-loving. Ang bababaw ng kaligayahan.
Yes.
They,
Have a good sense of humor.
they definitely enjoy just even talking to a foreigner and smiling. They speak English too.
Yes.
In Asia, Philippines is the #1 country that speaks English
Yes. Yes.
compared to other countries.
And you also speak Japanese, right?
I speak Japanese.
And so you have a lot of Japanese tourist clients.
For the last 30 years, yes. But my Japanese is the one that's being used for tours.
Okay.
Because, for example, you have to explain about Magellan's Cross, or explain about Santo Niño Church, or explain about Fort San Pedro, or explain about Carbon Market.
How did you learn the language?
I studied in a
studied it?
Japanese school located in Cebu. When I took my license as a tour guide, I was an English tour guide. English. So my guests were speaking in English, right? The language was English. And then when I saw that the Japanese was enjoying coming here, and then I looked at also the tour guides, they were also speaking Japanese. So sabi ko, I think I can also do it, why not? It's just difficult to start because you had to learn it, the basic, like watashi, anata, that's me, you. And then you learn the dates, like it's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you have to learn the time. Yeah. So all in all, it was a learning process.
Okay.
I was very interested because I wanted to become a bilingual tour guide, speaking 2 languages. There are other guys that speaks in English and in Spanish, English and Italian, English and German, English and Chinese, English and Japanese.
Very good. Okay, and also knowing you, you also took up scuba diving, and you've been diving for so many years. And
I did.
You picked that up because of your work too.
When I was a kid, I was very much interested going to the ocean. My dad would take us to the sea, and then I'd like to swim. And then when I was in high school, I had friends that were going to the sea, and then we went to white beaches in Mactan, Duaon.
Okay.
And I was enjoying, oh, they're nice corals and this and that. So I really took up my swimming class in YMCA. My mom enrolled me when I was still in elementary. So I learned how to swim when I was still in grade 1, grade 2. Yeah, for summer. That's why I can swim any depth, because I learned how to do threading, how to do backstroke, freestyle, how to do breaststroke, see, not be afraid of the water. And how I got into scuba diving was because I could afford already to take up the scuba diving lessons to have an open water license.
Okay.
Diba? So I wanted to make sure I would understand how to use the equipment, the BC, the regulator, the tanks, the gauges, because I would be going underwater. And then my Japanese would also enjoy doing that. So we went diving. Now I enjoyed bringing them to different places around. Like you go to Malboal, and you go to Badian, you go to Mactan, you go to Bohol, and we were diving.
So that
I was
became
showing the
part of your
Philippines.
Work. Diving is your fun and also part of your
It became both.
hobby became your work, which is perfect.
How would you like saying that your hobby made you,
Money.
well, made some money along the way? And then next came golf.
Yes. How did that come about?
Because my brother, my eldest brother, was so much into golf. So he was telling me, Manoy Pocho was telling me, you want to learn golf? Yeah, I said, that it looks like a slow game. You know, I'm a volleyball player. It was a fast game. In high school and college, I was a varsity volleyball player. You go golf, you hit the ball, you have to walk. What? And he goes, all right. So, sige. My first pro was Rudy Labares. He was a circuit champion in Asia. He's based in Cebu. So I did my pro. He was my pro. The lessons from my pro in Camp Lapu-Lapu.
Okay.
3 times a week. For 3 months. For 3 months, I was just in the driving range to learn
Yes.
the fundamentals.
Yes.
When to turn, how to hit, follow through. All this. And then after the 3 months, the fairway. So I learned it by heart. Aside from scuba diving, then the golf. And then I played already. I became a member. In Mactan Golf Course, became a member. So okay, so now I can play anytime because it was not gonna be. Once you remember, you only pay a certain fee.
Yes.
So you pay the membership fee every year. I improved. Then I became team captain of the women's team. And we played for PAL Interclub. We played for Wagap Women's Golf Association of the Philippines. Like 7 years, I was the team captain. And the rest of my players were playing well. So I mixed it work. I'd work as a tour guide and then I played golf. I work as a tour guide, I go scuba diving. The life for what? A good 22, 32, 42. About what? 32, 42, 52. 30 years. Or 35. Until I got to take already, I had my blood check, the chemistry. I had to go already with some maintenance for losartan, and then for the cholesterol and triglycerides and all these things. But because of age also.
Yeah, part of growing old.
So I just smile because I go like, it's all right. I take it with a stride. Why? In the first place, when I was young, I had it really well. I worked hard, I played hard. So that was balanced.
Yes, yes.
Just a rounded lifestyle. I had nights when I would also have my, well, we were enjoying the bands that were playing also. So we'd go and watch the bands in Cebu. They were great bands in jukebox, in jazz and blues, in Adnama still there. And watch those bands there. When I was younger, we had also bands at that time in, remember Marlboro? There was a folk house, Marlboro.
Yeah, I remember that.
There was also the one here in Mango Avenue beside Fuderama Cities. And then there was also Balls Disco.
Yeah.
Of course, the disco era was in Inner Circle. And that was way back, 1975, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, until 85, 86. We were doing our BGs, Staying Alive dances there, right? Oh yeah, we're part of that.
And of course, Buys. Don't forget to mention Buy. Buy this.
The Buy Disco in Cebu Plaza. Yeah, that was one of the best discos. But then again,
It was usually balls versus Buys. Either go one
Right.
or the other.
right,
Yeah.
you don't go every Saturday to one place, diba, you transfer.
Yeah.
And we had lots of fun then because Cebu was just so nice. It was easy. The traffic was not bad. And then they would hang out in the Bukid. We call Bukid, remember? They were nice.
Yes.
They were nice, small, should I say, restaurants. It was not aircon, but we had a nice breeze there. AA is a good restaurant. I like the place of Sila Alvin Alasas.
Yes.
Until now.
Yes.
It's not too far. It's not like you go to Taps, you drive all the way.
Yeah.
And
The
then,
view is beautiful.
yeah, so I go to Alvin's place in AA's and I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good already. I'm
Yes.
good because it's nearer, the parking is easier, and they serve good food. It's reasonably priced. So, hello, Alvin.
Okay, I got another question for you. What would you advise, the younger Filipinos or even Cebuanos about if they want to get into the travel business, the tour guide business?
All right, here we go. Now, the in thing is social media.
Okay.
So, it's do it yourself.
Okay.
That's okay. One, you save. Two, all information is now found on the cell phone or in your laptop. I did climb Mount Pulag last year, January. I was with a photography group because now I'm into photography. I'm a humble member of Images Camera Club, headed by Kang Kang So and Ted Madamba. And they're one of the best photographers, Dr. Erwin Lim. He won in the Sinulog Grand Champion.
Wow.
Yeah. And in the PWC Photo World Contests. So this group out of about 20 in Photo World Contest, Images won 8 times. We only came in the picture parang 12 years kami and we won 8 times as the champion photography club.
So you scuba diving, golf, and now you have a new hobby.
Photography goes with my age.
Wow.
Goes with my age. I'm 60. I will be 62, right? So I like to travel. And then aside just from you know, when you travel, you go street food, or you eat, or you watch a cultural dance, or you shoot photography. It's really interesting. Especially now with smartphones, it's easier. But since we're kinda, you call it, the passion is there, so I use a Fuji. I'm into Fuji cameras and lenses. I used to use a Canon, but I like the colors of Fuji. It's fun to use. The system is easier, the settings.
Yes, I do have a Canon, but I hardly use it because I need somebody to teach me how to use it.
It's all in YouTube.
Yeah.
The tutorial, it's easier now.
Yes.
But I saw my Canon is really nice.
Yeah.
But I came into Fuji, the cameras are smaller, it's lighter. You know, when you travel, you bring your backpack with all the lenses. I joined them in 2016, Images Camera Club. You know, this club opened in 1985. When I started tour guiding, it was 1985. So, pare-parehas lang kami katagalan. So, you know, at the back of my mind, this must be my group. I was with Rotary Club of Cebu Fuente for 8 years. That was from 2005, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, correct. 8 years. And then in Rotary, there's no such thing as you resign. You just take an indefinite leave.
Yes.
Rotary Cebu Fuente is headed by Mean Alcordo Solomon.
Yes.
She became the governor. Before that was Yumi Espina. And then Mean. It's out of 90 some clubs in our district, Rotary is ranked, my club, Rotary Cebu Fuente, ranked number 3 because of our projects.
Yes.
3860 yata yung district, sorry pero yan na yata yung district number namin because we're all the way up to Coronadal City. So, ang daming clubs, di ba? Basta 90 some clubs yan. And remember, if you become a president of that certain club, you have to visit all induction of all the clubs. Oh yeah, if you are the president of Rotary Cebu Fuente, mag-i-induct si Rotary kasi Bacolod is part of our district, Iloilo, etc. You have to visit them and meet the presidents. Actually, there's always this thing, this task. It's a convention for those upcoming presidents, and then those that will be upcoming presidents, they will have that class. So that's my circle.
Yes.
From tour guiding, Department of Tourism. So I have a circle of Cebu Association of Tour Guides since 1981. Okay, that club of tour guides. And then Rotary Club of Cebu Fuente. And then, of course, as a scuba diver, my rank now is a dive master of PADI. And then in golf, I'm a member of Mactan Golf Course. And then for photography, I'm a member of Images Camera Club.
Wow, what an achievement. Okay,
Thank you.
my last question basically is, do you have any, besides all your, all you mentioned, do you have any plans for the future, or are you gonna? I know we're getting old, so you'll probably slow down in your tour group. So
The question you asked me earlier, what's it that I can suggest to those upcoming?
yes.
When you want to do it yourself, okay, you follow the guidelines. I climbed Mount Pulag, but I joined a photography group under J. Halurina. Because when you want to do it yourself, you might go to the wrong trail. Or even if it's there, it's better to be with a local. The reason why you don't want to be with the locals, maybe you don't want to spend because you want to be on your own. But here's one thing. Just give it a few, how much will it cost to have a local guide to guide you to where you're going. Whether you're going scuba diving, whether you do photography, your golf, you can do it with a caddy. The caddy will definitely know where's the next hole. But if you want to do trekking, mountaineering, and all that, you first start with a local. Even when you travel, you get a tour first. Although they said, no, it's better, we'll just do it ourselves. You will not waste time if you have a local guide.
Yes. If you look at life that way, it's always better if you have a mentor
Have one first.
who will guide you in the beginning.
Correct. Have
Then
one first.
You can fly on your own.
Then you know, this is how it goes. In other words, if you're really sure you know how to read the instruction, Like you go to Japan, how do you read the katakana, hiragana, and kanji? In their instruction in taking which train to take. You probably can see the west exit, east exit, north. And then, but if you're really well versed here, let's say you're a Gen Z or a millennial, you know how to go about reading the map and looking at which subway do you take because you take trains in Japan. That's all right. No guts, no glory, diba?
Yeah.
You also save. It's also okay. I have friends that are doing that. They also can survive even if they don't know how to speak Nipongo. That's okay. That's okay. It's part of their exploration. It's part of their adventure. They're happy doing that. That's okay. But in our age, tayo ba, 60 above, I think I'd rather have somebody who's a local from that place. You know, you spend a little. Alangan naman libre siya, no? So you spend a little, pero aalalayan ka niyan.
Yes, I believe that.
Because you don't
even getting lost in the city, sometimes you just keep looking at the map, but sometimes it's easier just to ask somebody. Said, hey, can you help me out? You know, how do I get from point A to point B? And then you looking at the map and trying to figure out how do I get there? You know.
Some they can do it over the cell phone. They have a way, diba? You have ways.
Yeah.
Ako, I like to interact with the local. Not that I will be judging this whatever kind of brains he has, but matanong lang, diba? How do we like that? Of course, mag-reserve ka naman ng konting pang-snack niya ba? Yay ka naman, parang share mo lang ganun.
Yes.
Malay mo siya ang magturo ng anghel na parang para mas madali ka makapunta doon o what's best to have, to eat, what's safe. Diba?
And that's a role of the tour guide too, because when the tourists come here, they could read all the books they want. But of course, if there's somebody like a tour guide who can tell them, guide them, they enjoy it more. Plus, they can,
you build a friendship.
Yeah, build up a friendship.
Build up friendship because remember, this life we have now is just borrowed.
Yeah.
We go anytime when God gets us, and your relationship with the Lord again is built by faith. So we're all here for a mission. You have a mission, I have a mission. Imagine we haven't seen each other for how many decades, June? Your dad was still alive.
Time, yeah.
Oh yeah. That was way back 1991 when I stayed in your place, 91, 92, 93, 94. I left because I already got my place in Mactan. So, diba, while all of a sudden, Peel, my classmate, you guys, parang wow.
Yeah.
And then now I have the time to visit you now here in Camotes. Thank you for your invitation, but I really enjoy this, So here we are before, and 40 years ago, we were having fun. Kami ni Junjun, we were talking about, how's life, like this, like that. He comes from the States. Yeah, how long you stay? Okay, like this and that. Now we're talking about what medicine are you taking? What's your pain? Me, my knees. You, your foot. What happened? and then I don't know when are we gonna see each other again. See? The last time I saw you, June, was 1995. Niya, unsa naman taron? 2005,
30 years.
Thereabouts, close to. Kaya na, because I live in my house I live in my house which I bought 30 years naman.
Yeah.
Ay, kung gina, we'll see each other again another 30 years from now. Grabe ha.
We'll be in touch more.
Yeah. Imagine na, di na tayong paabot. Mag-edad tag 90. Wow ha. Hello ha. Karon man ganit sa 60 kape, nagtakiang naman na ito. Sige, takaw to, Jod. Nangamog tag bunggos ko. What, man? Naambiro, nabli. Ay nalang sa, relax na sakit-kit tuntun. Ikaw sa sakit-tigil. Relaxa.
Okay.
There's always another time. But this is good.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you interviewing me because you never know what's going to happen next, diba?
Exactly. And thank you very much for letting me interview you. Because you have the stories you told and the lessons you gave. It's amazing, and people can pick it up and learn from it. So,
Salamat.
Yeah. So gamay lang na tabang out there. Dako na kayo na for somebody that who might be listening, and said, okay, I got that advice from this, person.
Muagi raman to ani nga life good. We're just passing through. And remember, I was also once then again a young one, full of energy. I wanted everything and I'm perfect ba? Why say you pack? But you know, you come, when you go to the crossroads and you meet, when this time comes na, 50 na ka, karon 60 na ka, when you look back, there's a way of saying things better. There's a way of handling things better. Manay yung wisdom na bitaw. Di magud na pwede tanan bitaw nga singhag lang ka o stricto ka. Well, once before, I was really such a perfectionist because of my guests na mga Japanese. They have no room for mistakes. So I wanted to trabaho na ko planchado yun na.
Yeah.
But Filipinos man god, na mo gina time nga mo ni kay na traffic mo nang late na unsa, you know, I'm in the middle, maglisod ko kay hapon ba when they pay, they expect sakto mo serbisyo. So ako na lang mangitag paagi nga before mo hitabo ning bulilyason ana ko yung mga solusyon. Kay reklamo niya ni guest biya ni. You know, we're in the service industry.
Yes.
So I make sure what they pay for, they get the best service. Dili lang 101 nga service.
Yes. Go the extra mile.
Kay kaning mga tao kung makuyog, lisod na sad kani i-orient. I don't know how they were brought up. You know, they will always say na late manggod, nakalimot ko and all that. Inya lang nga naman, moingon lang ko sa Japanese, sir, nakalimot ko no siya, sir. Oy, di man na mao. Because, you know, and I'm always in the middle, that's why. Sa sunod, ayaw takalimti ha. Kaya ba ka na mga football, yun taning trabaho You know, you talk about time. Yeah. I don't know why. Nagsulong pa mo reload, di man dahil mo kibaw tanag oras. Ginanap jud ko. Kaya ako diri mapiit ko kay buingoy kay hupon na ka diri alas 9 dapat na naanan sa diwa pa alas 9 naanan sa nya lang mo abuta after 9 wala murag magana na ilang sungay kay yung alas 9 nya alas 9:05 because in Japan even their train when it's a 7:02 na anang trains tungod.
Yeah, grabe kay Japan.
Dili gyud ka nya lagi, you know, our country is so
Manyana habit
kanang
relax lang pirmi.
murag di ta pwede magsigig relax kay mabiyaan ta anis panon. Nya maingon arrogante kay nas bas o ngano gusto ka mga football ta tanawa ra gud. Maglisod ta because we have to follow, we're in this service man good. So again, this service with a smile, be on time. You know what you're supposed to do because the guest is expecting you that you are able to do this because he paid for it, diba? Yes. Just like booking in the hotel, sus John. Kani ato di pina-computerize, magkasalimuang eh. Yes. Di pina-computerize. Nya maingon ay nan overbook man gud nya. Unsa amni nako? Okay, I will not mention the name which hotel or resort ha. Ang sa amni nato, alam sa man diri la sa sopa sa inyong labi. Na ko'y voucher ha, book ni. The agency is this, I will not mention. Agency is agency, that's already paid for thing. So dapat na ko'y room din ni ang guest na ana. Ay, luwat lang good kay cleaning, like check out. Can you imagine I'm the middle, ang guest, siyempre they came from a flight from Japan, and na 5 hours na niya. Sa buhaton ako lagi na tagain na niyo yung complimentary dinner, uy, or unsa pa karon kay maghuwat. Di na niya sa, uy, kung si Cordapia dugay nag-check out, or unsa pa na sila diya sa nga room, kay check-in time supposedly 2 p.m. Naabot yung flight sa oras sa 6, naabot ni 7, wapang kwarto kay giroom cleaning. Rabag, di mo kuyawan ana, tagain ninyo. I will insist, get your manager here, I will tell him to give our guests, drink as much, I don't care, makabayad mo, or get him a good dinner. Sulbara na ninyo. Di ba na nakusa niya, ako mayaw-yawan, higagod kung ikaw yaw-yawan, bala ka. Pero ako manggod because I am the face of the travel agency. Adi man ang manager, mo ari din Kamo na sulbad.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Oh.
Okay, sometimes di sila makasabot yan na.
Food in the restaurant, June. Siyempre, resorts. Overwhelming ka impression because it's a resort. I don't know for some reason, not Filipino palate or I don't know what palate ang guest na adiha. They have a chef from I don't know what country. You pay this much, they serve you a certain dish, nga wadyo ka kasa. You know, how did you cook this? It's not really good and this and that. They should change the dish, they should give you the menu, order again what you like. Forget that. You know, or if you don't like to order anything, you know, wag na praning ka, we'll give you back your money, don't pay for it. Yes. Kinahanglan gyud na action, kinahanglan solusyon. Kaya ang trabaho sa guest mo, ano siya din, higanahan siya mag-enjoy. And he will spend, ipa-enjoy. Now, how do you do your service? Where, number one, pakitaon sa guest mo, abot sa resort is the comfort room. Hindi ka nagbihay, ganahan mo gamit the comfort room to relieve himself. Your comfort room should be near your front desk. It should be clean. The first thing he will relieve himself before he gets his key, before na i-register CR sa yun na normally. Muna na tayo mo CR sa airport kaya bagahe gusto na kwaon, di ba? Get in the car, niya ato sa resort. After that, get the key and then sa pang-briefing kinala something with breakfast, where is the breakfast area, this and that. Dapat ang room ready na. Kung di ka na ready na, ka dapat dinner, let him choose which restaurants if you have different restaurants. Ay, pugsa, adtuog ka na, di siya mukhaon. Sir, we have different. Ikaw mo apologize ha, dili ako. Hindi ba ako diri ang manager's hotel? Uy, I'm the guide who took care of the guests from the airport to bring to the hotel and brief him, this is your hotel, blah, 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 these are the facilities. Explain. Ako lang sa tawag ng guest, yes, something to tell you. Siyempre, di kayo ba mo Japanese, ako lang sulti in English. Di ako na sa'yo mayaw. You know, all that I went through, but okay lang.
Well, all this stuff that you mentioned is through experience.
Yeah.
You know,
But,
for 30 years experience.
And then, yeah, at the same time, the way to relieve the guest is let him choose which restaurant do he want to take. Give a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
Make it 2.
Yeah. Para
Masilya.
Yeah.
Consuelo, ang inyong cleaning, padali Padali agad, as in, maximum. Tagay pag yun na fruit basket sa Soul's Quarter. Tagay pag yun na siya bouquet of flowers. I don't care how long does it take to kinalig so kita siya bouquet of flowers niya. Welcome niya, bouquet ako ng kuan. Fruit basket. That's not difficult to do. Una ako na. Because this small complaint can be a complaint like your nightmare.
Yeah.
Because for him, it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Bawas na.
Yeah. And, you know, it's word of mouth. He's gonna be bad-mouthing that hotel or whatever.
Here's this thing now. It's social media. What if he videos it?
Yeah.
I-blast pa na. Unsa naman mo? Diba?
No. Exactly.
I'm not gonna mention the name of these
No.
resorts, but, you know, I tell you, June, again, you're chewing too much, you cannot swallow. Or you need more training. You need to improve on that. You spend, I don't know sa aning resort, why they dapat ba balasahon nila ilang empleyado ba, niya ang service ba, i-fine-tune nila. 2 words, balasa, fine-tune, equals resulta. Because you want a business, so how do you expect good paying clients if your service is lousy? Yan balik. Bisag ikaw, bisag ako. Huwag mo na kaso makagasto ta. Kaya naman kita ka bakasyon. Di ba? Nag-prepare mo kita. May lang may pagkaon rin. Diyan hindi rin mo ta nagtsaga. Daga palain rin. O di nawa ng kliyente. O di ba? May yung kabitaw batch no. May lain rin. Mas mahal siguro gamay. But so what? Ito ta. Because we're on vacation. We don't do this every day, do we?
Yeah. We save for it. We budgeted for it.
Yeah. And I want my guests to really enjoy the every penny they spent ba kana bang it's worth it bitaw. Makita gyud nimo bitaw nga uy nindutag yun they prepare this and I only need to see them smile and say oh this is good, it's fantastic, and they mean it ba, happy na ko ana.
Sounds good.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, we're gonna wrap it up, and well, that was a lot of lesson there from a lot of years of experience. And again, thank you, Batch. I really appreciate this, and I think a lot of people would enjoy this, and they would appreciate all the lessons you learned in the past. Hopefully, they'll listen. Okay.
Salamat June for the interview. I really appreciate this time. It's one of the things that I want to share there.
Okay.
Because this is it's like passing the torch.
Yes, and you got it out, and I really appreciate that. You know that.
Life is a blessing. So how do you share your blessing? Where you are, you give thanks to the Lord, you glorify the Lord, because all of this belongs to Him. We're only here for a few years.
Yes.
And what you can share and make others, teach others or share with them your lessons, that's the way it is, the blessing.
I really feel the same way, and this is one of the reasons I want to do this video. So everybody, you learn from everybody. Everybody has a story to tell.
True.
Everybody has some wisdom that they can impart to other people.
I appreciate
And
that
you did it
too.
tonight. You know,
I appreciate
and,
that. Yeah.
Right.
That's
Thank
nice of you.
Right.
We'll see you again. Thank
Okay,
you.
bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night.